for The Liz Callaway Show. You asked for it, and we got it. Now 6 to 10 weekday mornings. Always local, always live, always right.
Now put the throttle down again. Here we go now. Put the throttle down again. Here we go now. Put the throttle down again. Here we go now. Put the throttle down.
Here's Liz and Nick on Talk 94.5.
It is 9:07 on the Liz Callaway Show with Nick Summers. And Nicky is happy on this Wednesday morning, the 15th.
Yeah.
Not because he filed his taxes for the business.
What business?
I don't know.
You ain't got a business. None of your business.
None of your business. Why are you so happy?
Because I got some really awesome food from a really nice guy who really knows how to cook.
He really knows how to cook.
How's that? That's your official
Like
new...
every woman's dream. Private chef to the stars, Richard Florczak.
Pick this one for you.
Excellent.
I knew you'd like it.
Excellent.
Little Kenny Wayne Shepherd.
Wow.
This is really good, man.
Oh, I'm glad you like it.
I mean, this is better than good. I asked, when are you going to open your restaurant so I can come and eat there all the time?
Yeah, those days are over.
Come on. Well, at least give me your
I've been trying
address.
to get him to join into the restaurant, the Reckless Rooster. But,
Just
you know.
give me your address and I'll just come over once a week.
I know.
Once a week? Once a month. Once a month.
You're welcome anytime.
What are
Ooh.
we eating? What are we
Done
eating?
deal. Yes, it's amazing.
Today you have a breakfast burrito with smoked pork. I cook a pork shoulder for about 8 hours with all those cool South Carolina ingredients. And then when it cools, I smoke it for about an hour. And then I char it on a griddle.
That's a lot of work.
Yeah, but it's fun. And I'm doing it for you guys.
That is so good. Oh my gosh! And these
Sorry, I'm eating. I'm not answering.
potatoes.
Smothered potatoes are a classic Southern dish in certain parts of the South. I discovered that in L.A. there's a real popular restaurant called Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles. And I remember the first time I heard about that place, I couldn't imagine that combination.
Chicken and waffles.
Yeah,
Okay.
until I ate there. It's just phenomenal. But they had a side dish called smothered potatoes, and I was reading about it. It's fried potato, not actually fried, but sautéed with onions, and then they cover it in gravy. And I said, oh, man, is that for me? So I used to go there and just get that.
Just good.
Yeah.
And then you
really
also
good.
made this homemade salsa.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, one of my favorites. I was always looking for, I love the saucier type of salsa, you know, the chunky. Pico de Gallo is kind of overdone. There's a place for it, but I was always looking for a good recipe for that. And this one time when I was working for Mel Gibson, he was doing Apocalypto down in Mexico. And he was flying down there and coming back for the weekends. And this way the kids could stay in school and everything. And I stayed home cooking for the family. And this one day his wife comes to me and says, hey, it's getting towards the end of the shoot down there. And he's having a rough time food-wise. Can you go back with him this weekend? I'm thinking, oh, no, I'm not going to get on a private
He was
jet
very
and go back
particular
with
about
him.
what he eats.
Not really.
Wasn't agreeing with him.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
You went down to the set of
Yeah.
that movie?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's amazing. That's a great movie.
It was amazing. And
Wow.
I'll tell you a funny story about that. But anyway, so we flew down there and I just hung out at the enormous mansion that, you know, was leased for the film. And I would go out walking around trying all different types of restaurants and stuff. And I came across this one salsa. And I said to the guy, broken English, I have to know how to make this. And it couldn't be more basic. And I was just telling you that off air, that my favorite things in the world end up being the simplest, right?
Yeah.
And it's basically just, it's a good quality canned tomato, peppers. I use serrano. It's a little bit hotter than jalapeno. Onions, garlic. Did I say cilantro? Cilantro. A little pinch of sea salt, and you blend it. You just blend it for a couple of seconds.
In a blender?
You just pulse it until it chops everything up, and that's what you have.
Wow.
Yeah. So I brought that back from
so good.
Apocalypto.
Yeah.
You need to bottle that.
And you know, when you use those hot peppers, I mean, it is it could destroy a recipe.
Yes.
You have to be really super careful.
Yeah, you got to add that gradually.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because that will tear apart your
Yes.
insides.
Yes.
I've learned the hard way.
Right.
I try and do things for Javi, and it's like, but Javi's that, when Javier makes something, like he goes back into his roots, I guess, and he goes to the food store. He loves to shop. I bet you love to shop too for all your fruits and your vegetables and
it's the
all
only
your
way
ingredients.
I'll have that. As a matter of fact, most of the private chef jobs that I had, they informed me right from the get-go that I could have everything delivered if I wanted to. And I said, absolutely not. I can't trust somebody else picking
That's
what.
Javi too. He loves that.
When I worked for Mel Gibson, I was there 13 years. I shopped in the same 2 stores every day. And the one was a high-end, sort of all-natural place. And they got to know me in there. And I was a heavy tipper.
Oh.
I learned real early on. As a matter of fact, I learned this when I
You
was.
tip at the grocery store?
Check this out.
Who knew?
Yeah, I was when I first was working with Tom Cruise. His assistant told me once that if you tip in the grocery store, you get better treatment. And I started to think about it. You tip just about everywhere. So whenever we would move into a new location, like if we were in London or Prague or whatever, and I would seek out the manager of the store, tell them I wouldn't say who I worked for, but I would tell them, look, I'm going to spend a lot of money here. I work for a celebrity. We want the best of the best. And here's $20 or $50 or whatever. And I would do that same thing with the produce manager and the meat seafood people. And it was amazing the kind of attention I would get.
Really?
The place in Malibu, I never touched a vegetable or a fruit. As soon as I walked in, they were pulling it for me.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, now, you said you had a story about what is the movie called?
Apocalypto. Oh, yeah.
I must have missed that movie. I saw Gringo.
Yeah, Apocalypto.
Were you with him during Gringo?
No. That was
Apocalyptica. That was it. Like, but
remember that.
Was it the Aztecs or the Incas?
Mayan, yeah.
The Mayans.
Yeah.
Mayans. That's it. The Mayan.
Yeah.
The rise and fall, basically, kind of the Mayan Empire. It's really interesting. Did you get to see some of the actual ruins? Did they film any of that there?
Here's the cool thing. I actually have a film background. I went to film school in New York, so I am somewhat interested in it. But I had been to sets so often, and it got to the point where it's just boring, a lot of waiting around. So, but I was by myself in this mansion in Veracruz, waiting for Mel and his friends to come home for dinner. And when I said, you know what, I'll go down to the set. So I called his assistant, and they sent a car for me. And I arrived.
Did you bring all the food with you?
No.
Oh.
No, I just was killing time till they were coming home for dinner. I already had everything purchased and everything. But anyway, they dropped me off, and I'm looking around. I couldn't believe they not only had these Mayan ruins constructed, but there must have been 500 extras in costume just walking past me, right? And I could see way up ahead in a tent, there's Mel sitting watching the monitor. The camera was about 100 yards away in the jungle, but he's looking at the monitor and giving directions as what to do.
So he was the director of the movie too?
Correct. So here I am walking through hundreds and hundreds of extras and tents set up and Mayan ruins around. And from about 50 yards away, I could see he turns around and he sees me. And when he would talk on the microphone, doing direction, the entire set heard it, right? So he turns around and he goes, "Ladies and gentlemen, the best chef in the world has just arrived, Richard Florczak." And he knew I would be embarrassed as hell. And I look at him and I'm like, "You're kidding me, right?" And he was laughing hysterically.
He seems like a really cool guy, though.
The best there is. Best boss I ever had. And
I love hearing that because I always thought he was great.
No, he's...
he got beaten up, boy.
Go ahead.
Were you with him during that time period?
Yeah.
What was going on? Like, give us a year span. Like,
well, I'll tell you what I can. You know what's written in the paper, and you know, he got arrested for drunk driving and said some obscenities, and the press went nuts. They just went absolutely nuts. The thing that used to bother me personally is when people would find out that it would happen in my restaurant in Flame Pizzeria. Before I moved here, I had the restaurant. People would find out that I worked for him, and some of the customers, and they would say, because I had on the table, there was a little write-up about the chef, my background and everything, and people would leave. Yeah.
See, he wasn't
Really?
one of the Hollywood elites.
No.
He wasn't one of them. He didn't play their game.
No.
So they couldn't stand him.
No.
So they looked for any flaw and they exposed it.
So
And exaggerated.
Were you with him? Were you with him during the Passion?
Yes, I was in Rome for the.
Were you?
Yeah.
You want to know something? I bought that movie on DVD
Yeah.
and cannot bring myself to watch it.
Yeah, it's tough.
I
It's
don't think I
tough.
can watch. I still have not
It's
watched
hard.
it.
Yeah, it's
I can't
real
watch
tough
it.
to watch.
I bought it because I didn't want to see it in public. I wanted to watch it in my own house because I knew I was going to be like traumatized.
Yeah.
But then I was like, you know what? I said, I'm just going to, I'll watch it before Easter. I'll watch it after Easter. I'll watch it. I never watched it.
You got to watch it.
Yeah.
I just can't do it.
You have to. What I love about, and I know you know this, they brought back basically a language that's been dead
Right.
for, I don't know how
Yeah.
long, Aramaic, right?
Aramaic, yeah.
Yeah. Did you meet Jim Caviezel?
Yeah.
Is he as cool
Oh
as
my
I
God.
think
Nice,
he
nice
is?
guy. Nice guy. Just the down-to-earth family, man.
He's
Real
another
great,
one
yeah.
like Mel Gibson who has those strong beliefs and
Yeah.
not afraid to, to talk about them publicly, and he's gotten beaten up for it.
Right, and it's my opinion the reason why they went after him, because I mean, who in Hollywood hasn't been, pulled over for drunk driving?
Oh gosh,
or drug?
yeah.
I was thinking
Prostitutes. I mean,
I was
the things
thinking-
that people
yeah.
get involved in drugs.
I know. I was thinking the other day, one of the only, jobs where there's more alcoholism, drug abuse, infidelity than the entertainment business. Yet we're supposed to listen to them politically, right?
Spot on. Ding that bell.
If plumbers had that reputation, you wouldn't let them in your house.
that's
but you 6
That's
months ago
true.
you were waiting
and you're giving
tables.
awards
Yeah.
and stuff. Okay, so Mel Gibson in Rome. What year was that? Do you remember?
Oh God, it was like 20 years ago now, I think.
Wow. Now, what was his like mindset during that whole movie?
He was pretty cool about it. The thing that
But did he realize the scope of what he was doing? Because he was beaten up a lot by portraying Jews in a bad light,
Right.
because they were the bad guys
Yeah.
in the Jesus Passion movie,
Well, it says in the Bible.
I know.
Yeah.
So,
And so
spoiler alert.
Right, yeah.
We've known that
I mean,
for
he was
2,000
just-
plus
it's
years.
history.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but so what was he concerned? Did you feel cautious?
that whole side of it is, I'm in the house cooking, right? Not that I don't know mostly what's going on,
Yeah.
but I certainly wasn't in his head about that. It seemed to me like he was, he's a devout Catholic, right? Which is often held against him.
Yes, right.
Try to figure that one out. No, I think he was just driven to do that portion of the Bible. The thing that I loved and still do, and we'll talk once in a while, and we have, if I may, deep conversations. I mean, I don't consider myself a deep person, but I'll ask questions, and it's what I've respected about him over the years. Like, for instance, working for other celebrities. Don't get me wrong, there were. Most of them were nice. Cruz always treated me with the utmost respect and friendly and professional and everything, and a quintessential movie star, right? Mel is deep. Mel's a deep guy.
I get that feeling.
Yeah, he knows his stuff. Yeah, he's.
And I love hearing you tell him.
When
That's
we were
great.
when we were in Veracruz that time, right? He would bring his friends home for dinner, right? He'd call me himself. Hey, Richard, we got a bunch of guys coming. You got enough chow?
Did not sound
man?
like that.
Yeah.
Did he?
You got enough chow, man? He'd say, yeah, sure. Bring them home. While I was cleaning up, I smoked a cigar in the kitchen while he stood there and talked to me till 3 a.m.
Wow.
Yeah, it was great. Yeah.
I envy you in a sense because you get to see a side of people that, and I don't like to idolize anybody, but, you look up to Mel Gibson a bit and his work and the goofy stuff and the serious stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
And you get to have these deep, long-lasting conversations that stuck with you since.
Yeah. Yeah.
Did you solve the world's problems over a cigar?
I didn't. Maybe he came close to it, but I certainly didn't. But there were a slew of celebrities after Mel and before I opened up Flame Pizzeria that, I've got my policy. If I can't say something good, I'm not going to talk about it. And let me tell you, I worked for just about every knucklehead in the business after that. They're not deep.
So
They're not deep.
So, I mean, is there any opportunity to keep in touch with any of the celebrities that you've worked for that you've made like a, personal connection with?
Oh, absolutely. Mel and most of his family. I'm still close with a couple of the kids. I'm, friends with Kenny Wayne Shepherd, who's married to his daughter. We stay connected. And a number of other, not quite A-list people, but a lot of them. I don't know if you remember Kevin Nealon, the comedian from Saturday Night Live. He was an investor in my restaurant. I've known him for 30 some odd years. Billy Gardell from Mike and Molly. A number of people.
Yeah, I remember him. He's funny.
Yeah.
It's in that new show, I Heart Avashola or something like that.
Yeah, and he just lost a lot of weight too.
He did. I
Yeah,
saw that.
yeah.
My wife watches that once in a
Yeah.
while. It's like, it's not even the same guy.
Wow. I have a question. Speaking of weight, we always used to talk about how celebrities get healthy and
Right.
fit. And we always say, well, that's because they have a private chef. They can always, tell the chef what to do and stuff. Did you ever have a situation where you had to follow a strict diet regimen because that person, was trying to get ready for a movie? Or...
Most time.
Really?
Most time. Oh yeah, most times. And there was one person I worked for, Tyson Chandler. He was the center for the Dallas Mavericks, and then he moved to the New York Knicks. His home, his LA home, was about a mile from my house, and I worked for him for 4 summers. 7'1".
Wow.
My job was to keep weight on him.
Wow.
7,000 calories a day. Man, that was fun.
That was fun.
I love doing that.
Give me an example of one dish you would serve that you loved making them that put the weight
7,000
on.
calories.
Butterfinger ice cream.
Oh.
Whoa.
Yeah, man, that was good.
Homemade ice cream?
Yeah.
Man, you're amazing.
That's so cool.
Yeah, I'm a lucky guy.
You can go to privatecheftothestars.com. Richard Florczak. He also wrote a cookbook.
Yeah, the
With
private
some
chef.
stories?
Yeah.
And you're also available for private parties.
Well, not private parties, but private cooking demos, cooking classes. And it's starting to pick up. A lot of people are getting interested. I come right to your home. If you got 4 to 8 people, I do 3 or 4 dishes to tell you about Hollywood and explain what I do and answer a million questions if needed. Yeah.
We're still going to hook up. We'll go to your house. We're
Absolutely.
going to play the little guitar.
Yeah.
I'll bring over
You're
my
gonna play the
favorite.
guitar. I'm
So
gonna
are
watch.
You,
Yeah.
you play too.
People who play guitars hate to teach people.
No,
who
no,
don't.
no, that's not true. No,
Yes, it is.
certain people.
Yeah.
If listen.
You're not a teacher.
No, I'm not a teacher, but
Believe me, he's not a teacher.
I'm not a teacher. I get frustrated. I know, but certain people are okay. They're the imbeciles that as soon as they pick up the guitar, I ain't teaching this guy nothing. He's a moron. But I don't think that you'd be like that. I don't get
See?
that from you.
See what I'm telling you?
Yeah.
Shut up.
He's not a teacher. He has 0 patience.
Hey, with Liz.
I could teach you how to belly dance, believe me. But he's not going to teach you guitar.
It's not true.
So don't bargain food for a guitar lesson.
No,
'cause
I don't want any food. No, I don't want any food. We can order a pizza. Just talking
he
music.
doesn't order pizza. He creates pizza.
I don't expect that. I just want to
No,
hang out.
I love pizza. Yeah.
Me too.
Yeah.
What
How
were you
about I
gonna tell
make
me?
the pizza?
Pardon me?
How about I make the pizza?
You just bring your guitar. I'll handle it.
He doesn't even trust me. I'm gonna make pizza. I never complained about my pizza before.
We should do like a pizza connoisseur kind of thing where we go try the pizza in all different places, like the 3 of us, and then we'll do like a review. What do you think?
Sounds great to me.
It sounds great, but
yeah.
I have yet to find a place around here that has really good pizza.
Well, there's a lot of places.
Yeah, there is.
There's a lot of places.
Yeah.
And none of them advertise with us. So we could go to like every pizza place on the Grand Strand.
Trying to lose my winter weight.
Well, you know, it's one slice.
Look, here comes Nick.
Get out of the
Gail
way.
O'Neill called. He wants his basketball back. Oh, that's Nick's head.
If you stand around long enough, Biden might shoot you down.
That's true. Hey, I ain't no Chinese spy balloon. Swedish.
PrivateChefToTheStars.com.
ThePrivateChefToTheStars.com, yes.
ThePrivateChefToTheStars.com. You can find Richard Florczak there. Thank you so much for breakfast.
Oh, my pleasure.
Thank you,
And
sir.
Cilantro.
Hold on, deplorables. The Liz Callaway Show with Nick Summers will be right back on Talk 94.5.